Welcome to the Bothell City Council special meeting of June 28th, 2016. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call. All council members are here except for Councilmember Freed, who's absent and excused. Special presentations. We have a proclamation for the Parks. Oh, I'm supposed to read a proclamation. The Parks and Recreation Department. And so I'm going to come down to the podium.
We have three of us.
Okay, great. Wow.
Merrill.
Okay, so we have members of the Parks Board as well as the Parks Director here to receive the proclamation. This proclamation is to designate July as Park and Recreation Month, whereas parks and recreation programs are an integral part of the community throughout this country, including the city of Bothell, Washington, and whereas parks and recreation programs increase a community's economic prosperity through increased property values, expansion of the local tax base, increased tourism, the attraction and retention of businesses, and crime reduction. And whereas parks and natural recreation areas improve water quality, protect groundwater, prevent flooding, improve the quality of the air we breathe, provide vegetative buffers to development, and produce habitat for wildlife. And whereas our parks and natural recreation areas ensure the ecological beauty of our community and provide a place for children and adults to connect with nature and recreate outdoors. Now, therefore, I, Andrew John Rayum, Mayor of the City of Bothell, do hereby proclaim the month of July as the National Parks and Recreation Month. And I will hand this off to, which one of you? Okay, great.
Since I'm the,
I'll sign it.
what am I, the deputy chair? I don't know, you are, whatever I am.
Did you guys want to say anything, or are you good with the having to get up and receive the proclamation?
We thank you for the proclamation,
Okay.
and we appreciate the honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Director Keats, for all your hard work.
Thank you to see you. Thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda is the review of upcoming public engagement opportunities, which is up above there. Let's see, the community meeting master plan of the East Norway Hill Park, June 29th at 7 p.m. at East Norway Hill Park. The address is 15101 124th Avenue Northeast. Next is the 4th of July pancake breakfast from 8:30 to 10:30 a.m. at the downtown fire station. The 4th of July parade then follows at 11:15 with the children's parade. The children's parade starts at 11:15 and the grand parade starts at noon. Last is the budget conversations, July 21st from 12 to 2 p.m. and August 11th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Bothell Library. The address is 18215 98th Avenue Northeast. And that is it for the upcoming events. Meeting agenda approval. Is there any changes to tonight's agenda? Seeing none, how about the projected agenda? Councilmember Spivey.
Great, thank you. I was wondering on our July 12th meeting if maybe we could borrow some time from something else and add time to the study session on the downtown parking.
So I believe, I don't have it in front of me, but the downtown parking is scheduled for a different day. You want to move it up?
No, it's scheduled for the 12th.
You want to add time to it?
Yeah.
I don't see any problem with that. How much time would you like to add?
I think we should probably budget at least 40 minutes. I think that could be a pretty lengthy, somewhat lengthy discussion anyway.
Okay. Any other changes to the projected agenda while you have the floor?
No.
Okay, any other changes to the projected agenda? Seeing none. Moving on to the consent agenda. So no items have been pulled from the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Wow, we had a lot of moves. Let's say moved by Councilmember Agnew, seconded by Councilmember McNeil to approve the consent agenda. Please place your vote. Go ahead and replace their vote. Oh, it worked. Passes unanimously with Councilmember Freed absent and excused. Next section on our agenda is the visitors section, and this is the time where each person, okay, so this is the protocol manual, so I just read it verbatim. Each person addressing the council will give his or her name in an audible tone of voice for the record, and unless the council grants further time, shall limit the address to 3 minutes. All remarks will be addressed to the council as a body and not to any member thereof. No person other than the council and the person having the floor will be permitted to enter into any discussion, either directly or through a member of the council without the permission of the mayor. And I have one sign-up sheet, so if you would like to speak, go ahead and fill out one of these yellow sign-up sheets and give it to the clerk. And we have David Habowitz. Oh, I should also mention too, we have public hearings later in the agenda, so if you'd like to speak during that time, you'll have an opportunity to do so.
Hello, David Habowitz here. I would like to speak on one of the issues, but I don't want to hang around because it's too nice outside, so I'm going to make my comments now. And it's regarding the roads, and I believe you're talking about a levy for the roads to do maintenance on them. And understand that I have a number of friends who are in the transportation industry and have explained to me a lot that I've researched on this. It's a lot easier to maintain the roads at a certain level than it is to wait and let them get degraded and then do the repair work. It's many times more expensive to do that. That said, knowing that a lot of our roads have gotten to the point where they're beyond that point, we've got to do everything we can to keep the rest of our roads from getting degraded to the point where we have to pay to do expensive repairs. So for that, I am for the concept of a levy, as painful as it might be. It is better to pay a little bit now than to pay a lot of it later. So I would appreciate that you pursue that. If I have any more seconds, I'll say that also in July, the 21st of July, at the Bellevue Library, that's the King County Library in Bellevue, Thursday evening, July 21st, the group that I've been working with in the Stop 405 Tolls is actually going to be giving a presentation on the tolls, the problems they've created, and solutions that we have talked about. So we're going to be inviting all of the candidates, all of the legislators, and the public, all the city councils on the east side, and the media to come to this event and see what we have to say about the tolls. So I invite all of you formally right here and right now, and that's July 21st in the evening. The exact time isn't set, but it'll be around 7 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that would like to provide public comment during the public comment period? And we do have public hearings for the 2016 election for Safe Streets and Sidewalks levy, and we have a public hearing for the Fitzgerald area later in the evening. So, okay, please come up and give your name.
Good evening, Council. Bill Moritz, resident of Bothell. I just wanted to say on the parks impact fee that you have on your agenda tonight, I watched the presentation of that and I looked at the material. I got to say I was super impressed with the quality of the consultant that you had for that project, and clearly we need the money for the parks, and I urge you to move forward on that tonight. I think it will help a lot in the future. And again, it was just perfect, not perfect, but a really good, I think, work on the part of the consultant. So thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that'd like to provide comment? Going once, going twice. Okay. So we'll move into, oh, I skipped right over the city manager's request. So we need to go to a 15-minute executive session on litigation. There's going to be no action, and it has to do with the Fitzgerald area. Okay, so we'll be back here at 6:25.